Kyle Thomas Busch, May 2, 1985, May 21, 2026, was an American professional stock car racing driver and racing team owner who competed from 2001 until his death in 2026. Throughout his career, Busch raced under several car numbers, though he was most prominently identified with the number 18 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing between 2008 and 2022 in the NASCAR Cup Series. Known for his dominance across NASCAR's top 3 division series, Busch is widely regarded as one of the most accomplished and talented drivers in motorsports history. Born and raised into a racing family in Las Vegas, Nevada, Busch was immersed in motorsports at an early age, assisting with race car preparations as a child before progressing into competitive driving in go-karts and short-track racing during his adolescence. By his early teens, he had already established himself as a standout talent on the local circuit, capturing multiple championships and attracting the attention of stock car organizations. He made his national NASCAR debut in 2001 in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series with Roush Racing. 2 years later, he joined Hendrick Motorsports through their driver development program, eventually advancing into NASCAR's major touring series. He remained with the organization through the 2007 season, before signing with Joe Gibbs Racing in 2008, where he competed and achieved the most successful stretch of his career over a 15-year tenure. In 2023, he joined Richard Childress Racing, competing for the organization until his death in 2026. At the time of his death, Busch ranked 9th on the all-time NASCAR Cup Series wins list and first in overall wins between the top 3 NASCAR divisions. His career achievements included 3 major National Series championships, having won the 2009 NASCAR Nationwide Series and 2 NASCAR Cup Series championships, 2015 and 2019. He has also amassed victories in several important races, highlighted by 4 Crown Jewel events, and was also the recipient of numerous awards, including 2 NASCAR Rookie of the Year awards and 2 ESPY awards for Best Driver. His aggressive driving style and demeanor led to him earning several nicknames over the course of his career. In addition to his driving career, Busch owned and operated Kyle Busch Motorsports, a stock car racing team that competed in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series from 2011 to 2013 and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from 2010 to 2023. Busch was the younger brother of 2004 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion Kurt Busch. Early life and career. Kyle Thomas Busch was born on May 2, 1985, in Las Vegas, Nevada, the second child of Tom and Gay Busch, originally from Schaumburg, Illinois. Tom, then working as a mechanic at a Ford dealership in Las Vegas, was introduced to racing by a colleague at a local short track. He later became a stock car driver himself, winning several championships in the Las Vegas area. Busch followed a similar path. He was introduced to racing at age 6, driving a makeshift go-kart around the cul-de-sac in his family's neighborhood. Because he could not reach the throttle, his father operated the gas pedal, while Busch focused on steering and learning basic driving skills. Growing up, he spent time working in the family garage with his father and his older brother, Kurt. By age 10, he was then serving as crew chief for Kurt's dwarf car team. Busch began his driving career in 1998, shortly after turning 13. Between 1999 and 2001, he won over 65 races in Legends car racing, claiming 2 track championships at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Bull Ring. In 2001, he transitioned to late model racing, securing 10 victories at the Bull Ring that season. At the age of 16, Busch began competing in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, driving the number 99 Ford for Roush Racing after replacing Nathan Hazelou, who was released midway through the 2001 season. He debuted at Indianapolis Raceway Park, finishing an impressive 9th in his first race. In his second race at Chicago Motor Speedway, he led until his truck ran out of fuel with 12 laps remaining. Busch was fastest in practice for the 2001 Auto Club 200 at California Speedway in Fontana, CA, but was ruled ineligible to compete. This decision stemmed from an interpretation of the 1998 Tobacco Master Settlement Agreement, which prohibited individuals under 18 from participating in events sponsored by tobacco companies due to the CART FedEx Championship Series, running at the same venue that weekend, was sponsored by Marlboro. Tim Woods III replaced Busch in the number 99 Ford and finished 25th. Busch competed in 6 Truck Series races in 2001, with 2 ninth-place finishes at IRP and Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 6 weeks after the Fontana incident, NASCAR implemented a minimum age requirement of 18, starting in 2002, to prevent similar incidents. This decision was influenced in part by Winston's sponsorship of NASCAR's premier Winston Cup Series. Following the new age restriction, Busch transitioned from NASCAR to the American Speed Association National Tour, where he finished 8th in the standings. In 2002, Busch graduated early with honors from Durango High School in Spring Valley to focus on his racing career. That same year, he debuted in the ARCA RE-MAX Series at Lowe's Motor Speedway, finishing 12th in the number 22 Chevrolet for WP Motorsports. NASCAR Busch holds several NASCAR records, including the most wins in a season across the top 3 series in the modern era, with 24 wins in 2010. He also has the most all-time wins in all 3 national series, with 234. Busch set the record for most wins in a season in the Xfinity Series with 13 in 2010, and holds the overall record with 102 wins. He also has the most wins in the Truck Series with 69. Busch is the only driver in history to have at least 60 career wins in each of NASCAR's top 3 series. In 2019, he tied the record for consecutive top 10 finishes to start a season, matching Morgan Shepherd's streak of 11. His victory at Auto Club Speedway in 2023 made him the record holder for most consecutive seasons with a win, at 19, a streak that ended in 2024 with a winless season. At 19 years and 317 days old, Busch became NASCAR's youngest ever pole winner in a Cup Series race at California Speedway in 2005. He also became the youngest driver to qualify for the chase for the Sprint Cup in 2006. Busch made history as the first driver to win a race and a championship in a Toyota in the Cup Series, claiming victory at Atlanta Motor Speedway in 2008 and securing the 2015 Cup Championship. He is the only driver to win 4 consecutive spring races at Richmond International Raceway, 2009, 2012, and was the inaugural winner of the first Cup Series race at Kentucky Speedway in 2011. Busch, who began his NASCAR career in 2003, is one of only 6 drivers to have won championships in both the Cup Series and Xfinity Series. In 2005, he became the 14th of just 36 drivers to win a race in each of NASCAR's 3 national series. In 2009, Busch made history as the first driver to win 2 top-tier NASCAR races on the same day at Auto Club Speedway. In 2010, he became the first driver to win races in all 3 of NASCAR's top series in the same weekend at Bristol, a feat he repeated at the same track in 2017. Busch made history by winning the 2009 Crown Royal Presents the Russell Friedman 400 at Richmond International Raceway on his 24th birthday, becoming only the 2nd driver in NASCAR history to win on their birthday. 12 years later, on his 36th birthday, he captured victory again in the Bushy McBusch Race 400 at Kansas Speedway, joining Cale Yarborough as the only 2 drivers to win on their birthday twice. In 2010, Kyle Busch Motorsports made an impressive debut, becoming the first Truck Series organization to win the Owners' Championship in its inaugural season, recording 8 wins, 16 top 5 finishes, and 21 top 10 finishes. As of the completion of the 2022 Daytona 500, Busch holds the record for the most lifetime laps led in the history of the race, leading 324 laps, without ever securing a victory in the event. In December 2021, M&M's at Mars announced it would end its primary sponsorship with Busch and Joe Gibbs Racing after the 2022 season. On September 13, 2022, Busch revealed he had signed a multi-year contract with Richard Childress Racing, beginning in 2023. The 2026 Go Bowling at the Glen, on May 10th, marked Busch's final Cup race, where he finished in 8th. The EcoSave 200 truck race on May 15th was his final NASCAR win. On May 21st, He withdrew from the entry list for the upcoming Coca-Cola 600 on May 24 due to hospitalization with a severe illness, and died later that day. Late model racing. Busch maintained an active presence in regional late model stock car racing, frequently competing in events with his own Kyle Busch motorsports cars. One of his most significant victories came in December 2009 when he won the 40-second Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. He repeated this achievement in December 2017, claiming his second Snowball Derby victory. On July 10, 2011, Busch won the 32nd annual Slinger Nationals at Slinger Speedway in Wisconsin. 2 weeks later, he claimed victory in the 38th annual TD Bank 250, presented by New England Dodge dealers, at Oxford Plains Speedway. This marked his third attempt to win the prestigious event, which is New England's largest short-track race. Busch became only the second active NASCAR Cup Series driver to win the race, joining Kevin Harvick, who achieved the feat in 2008. Reflecting on the victory, Busch said, "I've had this one on my list of big races that I wanted to win, and now that I've done it, it feels great. It was everything I thought it would be." Busch also dominated the weekend by winning the preliminary Pro All-Star Series Oxford 150 the night before, completing a sweep of the event. In June 2012, Busch won the 8th annual Prelude to the Dream at Eldora Speedway, defeating Tony Stewart in the pay-per-view All-Star event. In July 2013, Busch dominated the Howie Leto Memorial 150 at the Milwaukee Mile, winning the darkness-shortened event. He led every practice session, set the fastest qualifying time, and outpaced defending race winner Travis Sauter and NASCAR Truck Series regular Johnny Sauter in the 43-car field. In December 2025, Kyle ran the Snowball Derby once again. After winning the last chance qualifier race, he ultimately finished 19th in the main event. Other racing. Busch was among several American drivers considered to drive for the US-based Formula One team, US F1. However, he declined the offer, citing poor timing. The team ultimately folded due to economic issues before ever competing in a race. Busch was also scheduled to test drive a Toyota F1 car at the end of the 2008 racing season, but had to cancel due to his obligation to attend the 2008 Nationwide Series banquet. In 2020, Busch competed in the 24 Hours of Daytona with AIM Vassar Sullivan, driving a Lexus RCF GT3 alongside Jack Hawksworth, Parker Chase, and Michael de Quesada. He contributed 4.5 hours behind the wheel, helping the team secure a 9th-place finish in the GTD class and 26th overall. Nitrocross, a rallycross series founded by former NASCAR driver Travis Pastrana, invited Busch to compete in the November 2021 race weekend at Firebird Motorsports Park. Busch placed 4th in the supercar final, while Pastrana claimed the victory. In 2023, Busch competed in the Superstar Racing Experience, SRX, participating in events at Motor Mile Speedway on July 27th and Berlin Raceway on August 3rd. At Motor Mile, he battled Tony Stewart and Clint Bowyer for the win in the closing laps, ultimately taking the checkered flag. The following week at Berlin Raceway, Busch secured another victory, going 2 for 2 in the series. On November 14, 2024, Busch announced that he would run the Chili Bowl Nationals in January 2025. He finished 3rd in the second F feature, but failed to qualify for the D feature after finishing 15th in the second F feature after starting from the back of the pack. Personal life. Busch married Samantha Sarcinella on December 31, 2010, in Chicago. The wedding was featured in a 1-hour special on the Esquire network. Sarcinella, a native of St. John, Indiana, graduated from Purdue University with a degree in psychology. The couple had 2 children, a son born in 2015 and a daughter born in 2022. Charity efforts. In 2006, Busch established the Kyle Busch Foundation after visiting St. John's home in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The foundation focuses on providing essential resources to underprivileged children across the United States. In 2008, Busch launched the Kyle's Miles program in partnership with Pedigree to support dogs in shelters and breed rescue organizations. After winning his first Cup Series race at California on September 4, 2005, Busch and team owner Rick Hendrick donated their winnings to the American Red Cross to support Hurricane Katrina relief efforts. Busch announced the donation during an appearance on The Oprah Winfrey Show, which drew widespread public praise. In popular media, Busch is a cover driver in NASCAR kart racing and appears on the cover of NASCAR Heat 2 after winning the 2017 Monster Energy NASCAR All-Star Race cover competition. He is also a playable driver in Forza Motorsport 6 through the NASCAR expansion pack, which includes his number 18 Camry with M&M's and Interstate Batteries sponsorship. Alongside Chase Elliott and Jimmy Johnson, Busch provides commentary in the expansion as one of the voices of motorsport. Busch made a cameo as a West Virginia state trooper in the 2017 film Logan Lucky. That same year, he appeared as a celebrity contestant on the $100,000 Pyramid. When his wife starred in the 2019 CMT reality TV series Racing Wives, he was seen in some shots. In 2022, an American documentary titled Rowdy was focused on his life and NASCAR career. Busch was a fan of professional wrestling. He appeared on WWE programming multiple times, including guest hosting Monday Night Raw in the October 26, 2009 episode with Joey Logano, and returning on December 2, 2019. During his 2019 appearance, he briefly won the WWE 24/7 Championship by pinning R-Truth, with Michael Waltrip serving as guest referee. R-Truth later reclaimed the title that night. Legal issues. On May 24, 2011, Busch was cited for reckless driving and speeding near Troutman, North Carolina, after driving 128 mph, 206 km/h, in a 45 high mph, 72 km/h zone while test driving a Lexus LFA. He later apologized, admitting he had gotten carried away. On August 23, 2011, he pleaded guilty to speeding and received a $1,000 fine, a 45-day license suspension, 30 hours of community service, and 1 year of unsupervised probation. On April 29, 2014, Busch was cited for driving 60 mph, 97 km/h, in a 45 mph, 72 km/h zone on NC 73 in Denver, North Carolina. He said he believed the speed limit was 55 mph, 89 km/h. On February 6, 2023, news reports revealed that Busch had been arrested in Cancun, Mexico, in January for handgun possession. According to the prosecutor, Busch was sentenced to 42 months in prison and fined $1,100, though details about how the sentence would be served were not disclosed. Busch later issued a statement apologizing for his lack of awareness of Mexican laws and said he considered the matter resolved. Death. On May 21, 2026, Busch's family announced that he had been hospitalized with a sudden and severe illness, which forced him to withdraw from the upcoming 2026 North Carolina Education Lottery 200 and the 2026 Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He died later that day at age 41. Busch had been experiencing a sinus cold during the Cup Series race at Watkins Glen International on May 10th. On May 16th, he said that he was still experiencing symptoms and described his cough as substantial. The Associated Press reported that Busch became unresponsive on May 20th while testing in Chevrolet's Driver in the Loop (DIL) simulator at the GM Technical Center in Concord, North Carolina, and was taken to the hospital. Reports based on a 911 call stated that he had been having difficulty breathing and was coughing up blood. On May 23rd, it was revealed that Busch died of severe pneumonia that eventually progressed into sepsis. Reactions. Following the news of his death, fans created a memorial at the Richard Childress Racing Museum. Numerous drivers issued statements, and multiple politicians and public figures posted tributes. Richard Childress Racing released a statement the next day announcing that Busch's number 8 car, which had been scheduled to be driven by Austin Hill that weekend, would be renumbered as the number 33. The team added that the number 8 would be reserved for Busch's son, Brexton Busch, should he compete in NASCAR in the future. Tributes. Before the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race in Charlotte, both Spire Motorsports and Cowlig Racing added the Kyle Busch Motorsports logo to their trucks. Each entered car had a number 8 decal on it in Busch's memory. During the 2026 Indianapolis 500, Romain Grosjean's car would feature Busch's iconic number 18 font. The race had a moment of silence on lap 18, with Busch on the scoring pylon. During the opening ceremony for the 2026 Coca-Cola 600, Busch's family were honored on the front stretch by NASCAR CEO Steve O'Donnell. During the race weekend, Charlotte Motor Speedway displayed Busch's number 8 decal and signature on the front stretch grass. During the race, the cars formed the missing man formation during the pace lap, and a moment of silence was observed on lap 8. Former teammate Daniel Suarez won the race and dedicated it to Busch. Suarez was driving the Thomas 7 for Spire Motorsports, the number and team Busch won with for his final career NASCAR victory. Rowdy Energy. Rowdy Energy was an energy drink company based in Del Mar, California, founded in 2019 by NASCAR driver Kyle Busch and beverage entrepreneur Jeff Church. The drink, named after Busch's nickname Rowdy, was launched in 2019 by Busch and Jeff Church, co-founder of Suja Juice. Busch created it as a healthier option for himself and his fans. The first batch was produced in January 2020, with 10 flavors available online, including 7 sugar-free, keto-certified options. The traditional drinks contained 60% less sugar than other popular energy drinks. Rowdy branding first appeared at the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona, when Busch was seen with a cherry limeade can and wearing a Rowdy Energy hat. The logo also appeared on his Daytona 500 helmet, and Busch drank a Rowdy Energy after his race exit. Rowdy Energy is listed as an associate partner on kylebusch.com. In late 2020, the brand sponsored Formula D driver Ken Gucci. It also sponsored races like the Southern Super Series Rowdy Energy Twin 100s at Five Flags Speedway and sprint car racing's the TRD KKBM Give Back Classic. Additionally, Rowdy Energy sponsored sprint and midget car driver Rico Abreu. On January 10, 2024, Busch announced that Rowdy Energy had ceased operations and closed its doors in the following weeks.